Hello, it's Tamara Hunter, and today is day number 261 of 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. And yes, this is my guest. However, we were just having some technical difficulties, and he's going to come back into the studio, but I didn't want to lose our link because we had sent it out there a lot. So he will be back in a few moments. But let me tell you about Richard Gordon. Richard Gordon, for many of you that know him, he is such a cool person. He comes from the corporate world, and he has a skill that is absolutely very cool. And he is the CEO Dojo. And so he should be here any moment. And as we're waiting for him to arrive back into the studio, hello, Ermelo. It's good to see you today. And, thank you so very much for all your support. Thank you for voting for me for the next Impactor and just being there all the time. Um, we have him coming in, so let me just make sure that okay. I told him he needed to turn off his phone and start it up again and come back into the location or into our digital studio. So as soon as I see him coming in, I'm going to let you guys know and bring him onto the line. But let me tell you a little bit. Let me brag about him. Oh, here he comes. So I'll brag about him when he's with me. Well, I see the spot coming in, but I'm not seeing him. Oh, there he is. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to take that down. I'm going to bring him on up. Hello, 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 Aaron. There we are. Much better. Much better. Welcome, Richard
Hello.
Gordon, the CEO Dojo. I want to brag about you, and I was about to do it. I was kind of like putting it off a little bit so that you would be there or be here while I brag. I met you, it was about a year ago now. I don't
Mhm.
remember the order, but we were at a couple events pretty back to back to back. And
Correct.
in the Orange County area, you're from the San Diego area. I'm from Riverside County area, however, originally from San Diego. And we just really were able to start sharing, connecting, and everything. And then as I started doing Service Hero, I kept thinking, oh, Richard, Richard, Richard. And then I kept thinking, oh, did I do Richard? Yeah, because it's like, oh, it was like a no-brainer. You're such a service hero for everything you do because you seriously, okay, we just lost him. He'll be back. So let me continue that thought, everyone. Um, what what Richard does is he's like a security guy. He is someone that in the corporate world, he takes care of security, and he is a highly trained master. Um, Yet here he comes. We'll go back. We'll go into it as soon as we get him to the line. All right, here we go. Okay, I was bragging about you a bit, but
I appreciate that.
okay. So let's go into it. You are and you're in your corporate suit because you come from the corporate world, and you are a security expert, aren't you?
Correct. Correct. So my background is very diverse. I am CEO Dojo, and so I have a career as a professional martial artist, and I take that into the corporate world and teach people that are corporate executives, corporate personnel, business owners, and entrepreneurs how to deal with the internal battles that we all face: the negative talk, the doubts, the lack of confidence, the what makes us happy. So I bring that to help them. And I also do, in conjunction with that, I'm a security professional. So I've been doing security for high level corporations. I've done it for nuclear facilities, military facilities, banking industry, and the pharmaceutical industry. So just based on personality, I go to these very high intense situations because I can respond calmly in these
Mm-hmm.
scenarios. So that's kind of what puts me together. It's my personality, and I've been the trial by fire. So
Yeah.
anybody that's been in the corporate world knows that you kind of accept these positions based on your personality, and then
Mhm.
you get trial by fire. So that's my package of what brings me here.
And I remember distinctly. I mean, I remember it like it was yesterday. We were having a discussion. We were walking, I think, from like a restaurant to or from the restaurant. That part I don't remember exactly because I was more fascinated with the conversation because we were talking about scenarios and everything and how really that calmness. However, you can just see a situation, deal with it in calm, and yet you have the self-control, and you can control a situation in such a way that the outcome, they know who the top dog is when it comes to the situation, right? And you don't have to be like in their face. You do it with grace and style, yet you know what you're doing, right? Is he frozen? I think he's frozen.
This helps me see clearly in
Okay,
a
you're a bit
situation.
froze. You froze on us. So stop. Okay,
Can you hear
start
me
your
now?
thought. Yeah. Okay, start your thought again. Uh-oh. Oh. 'Tis the fun of streaming media, guys. It's the wild, wild west, as my friend Teresa Schneider would be saying right now. And it is. It's Thursday. Okay, there he is. He's starting to come back. We must have a tough situation with the waves, uh, the bars or something, because you
Yes.
keep going
Something's
in
getting
and
in the
out.
way.
Okay, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so go ahead. We heard him for a moment.
Okay, good. Because
You,
teach Bruce Lee like
okay,
water,
you're going in and out, my
and
friend.
that's
Okay,
to flow. Nah, not
this
good.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Let's see if
we're
I
having
can
problems with the
move my station.
yeah. If maybe you move somewhere, if there's a just maybe a way to move, and so that you get a different. Oh, now we're almost seeing you better now. Well, you guys are getting preview, you're getting to see what it's like sometimes behind the scenes. Oh, there you are. Okay, so okay, he's driving. So let's let him drive. I'll talk as he's driving. Until he gets settled again, because we want to make sure that he's doing well. I'm going to show some pictures because I think it's fascinating what he's able to do, because he lives in the San Diego area, which absolutely gorgeous. I grew up in the area, though I was on the East County, but he's always showing these amazing pictures of the water and the beach and I believe he's in the North County area near the ocean, and I always look forward to his photos, because a lot of times he'll have these beautiful sunsets, and they just show this the calm beauty, the majesticness of the Pacific Ocean and the Southern California area. And we've just lost him again. He'll be coming back. Okay, so let's just keep going. I want to talk about I met Richard, and we were on a panel together. It was hosted by Allison Larson. Oh, there he is. So let me bring him back in. Okay, there we go. All right. So,
Hopefully, third time's a charm.
well, let's go for it. If there's a way you can kind of move your camera so we can see your face. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So let's talk about what it is that, again, your philosophy and what it is that you do, that when we were talking, I was just, I mean, I'll never forget it, because it was like this calmness, and yet I knew there would be no way that you wouldn't take care of a situation if it was needed to be done. Why don't you talk about that? Can you hear me? Richard, can you hear me?
Well, again, I appreciate
Okay. We're still having problems with the connection. Is there a way if you were to go outside of your door, are you anywhere where you could maybe see if you could get a better connection outside? Just a thought. Okay. So while he gets that going, there we go. Well, hello, Aaron. Good to see you, and thank you for showing up. Because I'll tell you what Richard does, and if we have to reschedule this, we're going to, because what Richard has to share is really important, guys, in that his centeredness and his skill, a combination of the two, here he comes again, can help control a situation where it could go from bad to worse with some people, yet it can go from bad to great with others. All right, we're bringing him back up to the line. Oh, much better. We did it. Yes.
I hope so. So now the beauty of this is I get to put this into my philosophy and teaching. It's about be like water, my friend. And what that indicates is how I teach and how I live my life is that water will flow to its end goal. So it doesn't matter what happens in between. It could run up against a big rock. It goes right. It goes left. It keeps going towards its end goal. So that's how I look at life. There's going to be situations in business and life and money, but you keep focusing on your end goal. And then, like the water, it doesn't even blink. We've all seen it. We watch water. It goes right around the rock. It goes left, right, or over. Or if a rock is so big, it will cut through the rock. It will continuously take to its pattern and say, I need to get where I'm going. I'm going to go through this rock. And so that's what we have the ability to do. And I teach people that. So if your goal is to be financially independent, don't let any of the distractions or any of the noise or any of the people telling you otherwise or any of the downturns in the economy get in the way. You still focus on your goal. And so that's how I'm able to stay calm, because I don't look at if someone's being aggressive or there's a situation or there's a shutdown in the company. Like in the security world, it happens often. We have 60,000 people worldwide, and everybody knows the corporate world. The badge reader to get in the door doesn't work, and everybody freaks out. I don't freak out because my end goal is what? To get the door working. And there's a simple, right? And again, we know that, but in the meantime, we're hitting it, we're late, we're important, we're losing money, we can't get in the building, disruption, customers. And I get all that. So I'm not dismissing the importance, but I have like 3 things that I would do to get the door back. And then I stay calm doing it. And even if that doesn't work, then I need to call a higher level technician, then I make the call. So that's what I try to teach people. The end goal. What's the end goal? This basic scenario: get the door working again. Getting excited, nervous, screaming, yelling, kicking the door, yelling at people, insulting people is not going to get me any closer to my end goal of fixing the door. It actually makes it worse. And then you feel uncomfortable, you feel nervous and tense. And at the end of the day, you're like, oh, wow, I beat myself up inside all day. So that's what I bring to the concept. And I'm confident, not that I could fix every solution or I could get everything done. I'm confident that I will deal with it the best I can. If I need help, I'll get help. If I need to regroup, I regroup from reaching my goal. For example, we go from San Diego to San Francisco. That's our goal. You and I would plan a trip. We'll jump in the car. we get a flat tire. We don't throw the car away and take the bus home.
Mm-mm.
We fix the tire and we
Right.
continue on. We might stop for lunch in Oakland. You might get a call from a friend says, "Hey, swing over to San Jose and meet me." We're like, "Okay."
Mm-hmm.
Our end goal has never changed. We're still going to go to San Francisco. And so that's how I look at it. And I kind of enjoy the scenery along the way because we've all been with people that get tense. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
hungry. I need to stop and eat. But Tamara, we've got an event. We got to get there. We got to get there. It's like, we got time. We got plenty of time. 30 minutes to grab something to eat is not going to hurt us because they're
Mm-hmm.
focused on the problem, not the solutions. They're not focusing on the end goal. And so that's why I'm able to stay calm because I can see the future. I can see we all have that power. We get up
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow in the morning, we know how the day is going to start because we normally make it start the same. And then if
Mm-hmm.
something out of the norm happens, that becomes a predictable out of the norm because there's only happen that are out of the norm.
Right.
And so if Carolina, we'd have tornadoes and hurricanes. Unfortunately, you wake up and a tree actually comes through your house. Not a fun way to start the
Mm-hmm.
day, but end goal, address the situation.
Right.
Call trees. Can you live in the
Yeah.
house? Is it safe? Go get a
Right.
hotel room.
Right.
It's not
Right.
fun. It's your home. You're disrupted. You got to pack a bag. You got kids. You got pets. You got your turtle. Sure, I'm not saying this stuff is easy, but I focus on the end goal. The end goal is to collect my family and my stuff, and we're going to relocate to a family member's house or a hotel. And so that's how I see it. And then
Mm-hmm.
I logistically look at how do I get the tree out of there? I
Mm-hmm.
can't do it. I call the tree guy.
Right.
ABC tree guy, ABC tree removal. I call
Right.
you. Hey, Tamara, you know anybody that removes trees? Yeah, my friend does trees. I'll give him your number. So I truly break everything down to that, whether it's in the business world, the security world, the motivational speaking world, the coaching world. And I always start with questions, questions. And you and I talked about this too. You just ask the question, what do
Right.
you want to be happy? Like, you need to know what you need to be happy. I can't tell you. I don't know what's going to make you happy. And then that's what goes wrong in relationships or businesses. People start a job and they have either a goal in mind or they don't have a goal. And they're like, I'm not happy in my company. And it's like, why? And they're like, well, I don't know why. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, well, are you getting the paycheck you agreed to? They're like, yes. Are you getting the means you need to do your job? Yes. Okay, so then what would you need to make you happy? And then once you start asking those questions and people start drilling down, that's where the calmness comes in because it's all about the solution. It's all about the end goal. So that's why I'm calm because I'm like, okay, I see a flat tire. I'm not going to get caught up on the road. That's not going to stop me from moving. And that is confidence. It gives you control. And then that's what I try to teach people because that's what truly makes people happy. People that are nervous because they're out of control. Something doesn't
Mm-hmm.
work, they get tense because it's out of their control. They get tense because they don't know how to
Good.
fix it. They don't know how to fix it because they're not concentrating on the solution. They're focusing on, I'm on the side of the road and I have a flat tire.
Mm-hmm.
This is awful. This is horrible. This happens to me. This is the worst time. I can't deal with this. I'm in a dress. I'm going to an event. And we understand all that. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Still the same solution. It doesn't matter if it happens to you on the way to Wishman. It doesn't matter if it happens to me on the way to a wedding. The solution is the same. Or if
Mm-hmm.
that's the case, leave the car and jump in an Uber. Hey, I got somewhere to be.
Right.
I'll deal with you. I'll deal with you in 2 hours. I'll deal
Right.
with you in 2 hours. Car's there, not going anywhere. Take me to the wedding, and then afterwards I'll come back and I'll settle my affairs. So that's how you stay calm, and then that's what I teach people when I coach them, when I mentor them. And again, it makes sense, but we get distracted. It's like life distracts us. We get constantly pulled in different directions, and we come up against that rock like the water, and we stop,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
lose momentum, and then we lose confidence, and then we lose all of the positive in us because then it becomes negative. And once I keep moving, then I'm like, yeah, there's my goal. I'm going to go left. Okay, keep going. Let's go right. Keep going. Let's go over it. Let's keep going.
I love that. In fact, as you were talking, I'm recalling a situation that a few years ago would have just had me kind of like discombobulated, kind of thing.
Mhm.
But lately, with all the tools and everybody that I've been meeting, thank you, people like yourself that are put things into perspective. I actually was on my way to a Kiss the Monkeys event this last summer, and
Uh-huh.
I had a blowout with one of my what I was wearing, because I didn't go get
Uh-huh.
something new. It was, yeah, whatever, and I had to
Yeah.
go pick up a dear friend
Wardrobe
of ours.
malfunction. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I picked up a dear friend of ours, Renee, in Orange County, and on my way to
Mhm.
go, and there it is, wardrobe malfunction. I'm like, okay, let's look on our way, and there was, sure enough, a store, wink, wink, that is like, okay, so I found something in the trunk, went in there, went up and down the stairs, found something. You know what? It was like it was meant to be, because that what I ended up wearing that day ended up being such a big deal, for so many different reasons. And I would never have done that had this
Mhm.
had happened. Now,
Yeah.
before, way back in the day, I might have been, because
Sure.
I was kind of like I'm trying to be a recovering type A plus personality, and it's like, okay, control freak a bit.
Yeah. Mhm. Absolutely.
I'm back. Who knows? There must be some kind of electrical storm or something going on somewhere.
Hello.
Oh, something going on. Do you see me? Richard, do you see me? He may not see me right now. Let me make sure he sees me. Do you see me? This is fun, guys. This is an object lesson. See me. Okay. Um, so, well, there you go. Who knows what's up right now? He'll come back in. So, you know, it's interesting, because some of these shows that we've had, some of these shenanigans going on, it's almost like they've been object lessons. And here he goes. Can you see me now? It's like an object
It's coming
lesson.
up.
We're having an object lesson with this show, and I love it, because when it seems like whenever there's been any of these kind of shenanigans with the electrical currents or whatever it is,
Uh-huh.
there's always a lesson to be learned. And I love
Oh,
this,
I
because
agree.
the fact that you were sharing about the water, and then we're having a discussion, and then we're both going in and out of frame, whatever reason. However, it's a matter of just, okay, take a deep breath, the end in mind, and we will have a discussion one way or another, even if we get on the phone and have one.
Oh yeah, and I agree, and that's the same point we're talking about, and that's just what I was going to say is the essence of that is that I'm a perfectionist and a control freak as well. So what I've learned is that I can't control this because we're not changing anything; it's just the signal is doing its own thing. So I control myself. I control my
Right.
response. I control my reaction. I control my mindset, and then I've learned that at a young age, and so that's helped me deal with lots of adversity that we all have in life. There's no one that has not been exposed to adversity. And when I tell this to audiences, I said, if you have not been exposed to adversity, buckle your seatbelt because it's coming.
Right. Yeah. We've had that discussion, and you've had your fair share, haven't you? And so what I'm going to do right now, okay, he's moving. Let's do this. Okay, do you hear me? Well, as we're waiting to see what's going to happen next. The thing about Richard is he is out there sharing about what is going on right now. And it's so interesting. And when you hear me and you get connected, just speak up, Richard. And so when we shared a stage in Orange County not long ago, and he talked about a lot of what we're talking about right now. He also, okay, you're back. You're moving. Can you hear me? All right. Well, let's just keep going. I'm going to show some cool pictures, some fun ones. I love that of the little red airplane and then the red car. Because when you have an opportunity to be in the big leagues like Richard has been and is currently, you are exposed to a variety of different types of situations. And obviously, we're having one right now with the fact that we have, there he goes. Okay, he'll be back. Excuse me. And in fact, confidence, once you start to believe in yourself and trust your decisions, that is when you tap into the power. And that's the thing about Richard, is he has this quiet confidence that comes through in his way of presenting himself. And here we go. He's coming back to the line now. All right, there we are. You back? Richard? If nothing else, what we'll do is we will reschedule and we'll have a really awesome show. And in fact, we are going to be together this next week at, he made reference, at the Wishman movie, the premiere. And I'm so excited about that. But I have no idea what is going on right now. We'll just see if he comes back live. And, oh, there he is. Richard? Okay. What we may have to do is just decide that we're going to go ahead and reschedule, which that's okay. We can do that either later today or, okay, let's see. Let me just reschedule. And you guys are seeing how this works. Sometimes, it ends up being every single time this has happened with someone, the show ends up becoming that much more interesting in that it wasn't meant to be for some reason today, and there might be something that will be shared. So maybe we can see what it is that we will find out that possibly we are not able to share today, but we'll be able to share when we reschedule. And because that has happened every single time one of these situations has happened, which hasn't happened many times. So it will be interesting to see what takes place. And I don't want to give away all of my pictures because they tell a story. I want to tell the story with Richard. He like he was sharing though. Let's go over what he was sharing and see if he comes back one more time, or if he responds back to me. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Let's just ask when. So we are going to reschedule later today or tomorrow. Let's see what the answer is going to be. So the thought here is in Southern California, okay, today at 5. Okay. So we're going to reschedule at 5, guys. So come back at 5 and we will do take 2. See you guys later. Bye.